Hello. Um, haven't been on here. Haven't done one of these in a while. A few days actually. Um, I guess I'm going to discuss about what I saw a few days ago on one of my favorite shows that I watch, political shows. Of course, it's Chad Rather. He had on there 100-year-old veteran. He actually played um, his video. He played his video, and at the end of his video, he talked about how he actually cried, and I felt really, really bad for this guy, for this veteran who fought for our country. He was a World War II veteran. He fought against fascism. World War II, Hitler, Nazi Germany. Fascism, where there is no freedom, and yet fascism is right at our door right now. In fact, in most cases, it is in our homes. Um, so, um, just listening to him talk, and then at the end, he was really choking up. And he said, "This is not the country me and my fellow men fought for, and even my fellow men who died for." And that really got to me. In fact, I almost teared up myself because I had two granddads or grandpas that fought for the military. They're no longer here. My dad's dad fought in the Marines. He was deployed to Vietnam. I think he served two tours there. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. He retired as a Marine captain. And my mom's dad was in the Army, who went to Germany for the first time in 1946 as part of the cleanup crew, and he also was stationed in Okinawa, Japan during the Korean War as a medic. He was a medic both times. That's where he got his orthopedic PA license. He dropped out of high school. He lied about his age to get into the military. He said he was 18, but he really was 16. But that was back in the day. They didn't really do background checks on people. And so he just felt the need. He needed to serve his country. Now, my dad's dad passed away when I was 3, so I don't really remember him. But my mom's dad passed away 4.5 years ago. But growing up, I grew up around him. My whole entire life, I heard nothing but, if it wasn't for me and my fellow soldiers, you wouldn't be free today. And he would even say how long he was in the Army, 21 years, 3 months, and 20 days or something like that. I heard that my whole entire life. And, to be honest, I wish I could still hear that coming out of his mouth. But unfortunately, he's no longer here. He passed away. He didn't get to reach 100. He died when he was 86. Had dementia really bad. He got to the point where he forgot how to talk. He forgot how to swallow. He just got really bad. But that he fought for this country, and to see our country go the direction it's going right now it's heartbreaking, and it's heartbreaking for these veterans as well. And now it's taboo, or it's the norm to hate America by these wokest progressive left people. America has its faults as well as other countries in the world. But America is still, despite its faults, despite its downhill, we had slavery here at one time, despite all of that, America's still the greatest country in this world. I mean, where can you go to, I don't know, I have the American flag right here. Where can you go to burn this here in America? Why can you burn it? Why can you burn it? Well, because of a Supreme Court decision in 1989 called Texas v. Johnson. His name is Gregory Lee Johnson, burned the American flag out of protest because Ronald Reagan won re-election. Okay. And this occurred in 1984, the year I was born. 1984, he protested that, Ronald Reagan's policies, which, you know what, I don't really remember Reagan's administration because I was so little at the time in fact, I was born during his re-election, or the year of his re-election, rather. And I was just really little throughout his second term as president, so I don't really remember his administration, but from what I'm hearing from people, he was a pretty good president. He knew what he was doing. He didn't give crap about anything. He was a good president. We had another one, Donald Trump. But again, he got flack from people as well. But so, because the Supreme Court ruled that it was his exercise of free speech, he was able to burn the American flag. So, you can burn the American flag here out of freedom of speech. It's a right to free speech. My personal opinion, I don't think you should be allowed to burn the American flag. I also watched the episode of Chad Prather when he had a TikTok video of from the Libs of TikTok of a woman who gets a knot inside her stomach every time she sees the American flag. And I'm like, why? When I see this flag, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those who died to serve and to protect our freedoms. So that she, just like what my grandpa would say, can go on to a social media site like TikTok and say that bunch of bullcrap about our country. Where in the world can you get this kind of freedom? Tell me. A lot of them want Sharia law. You ain't getting it under Sharia law. Sorry there, honey. But I mean, if this American flag bothers you so much, leave the country. Find another country where you can voice your opinion like that, dear. Sorry. And another note. Okay, so I have another flag. It's just history. It doesn't represent anything to me. You might have just saw it just now. But I have a flag, the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag. Do you remember that flag? You remember how this flag used to be so offensive? Okay? It's history, people. It's history. Yes, this flag should remind us that at one time our country was so divided on an issue called slavery that it caused us to go into a civil war. The Confederate flag does not represent slavery. It doesn't represent racism or anything like that. It was a battle flag of the South, and it should serve as a reminder of those who did die in the South fighting for a cause. Now, am I for slavery? No. I'm not for slavery. I'm not for owning people and purchasing people and putting them, working them half to death. I'm not for that. Although many of those on the left would want us conservatives going to concentration camps. And need I say more? But anyway, but it's a battlefield. But remember, the only reason why we hate this flag, is because of an ignorant boy who didn't know the history of that flag, went into an all-black church and started shooting people, waving that flag around. And so here we are. We have to take it down. We have to take it down. We have to burn it. We can't sell it anymore or anything like that. But what they're forgetting is the original Confederate flag. What was that flag, you may ask? The Bonnie Blue. This was the first Confederate battle flag. Because this is so recognizable and rememberable, shouldn't this be banned too? In fact, there was actually, I want to say, 5 or 6 other flags as well. The Bonnie Blue being the first one, which I think originated in Mississippi, not too sure. But the Bonnie Blue is the original, first one, and then they end up adopting the stars and bars, they end up adopting this one. But you know what? We don't hear about that anymore. What we do hear about is burning this one. That's what we hear about. Or wanting to burn it. Disgracing this one. Well, if we're going to go at that, here's another flag that was actually used during the American Revolutionary War. And that is the Don't Tread on Me flag. This was used because we were protesting, not protesting, but we fought against a monarch that we believed was practicing tyranny on us, and we were against tyranny. But what we're doing, we're introducing tyranny into our country. It's coming, people. It's coming. But getting back to the beginning of this video, that 100-year-old veteran. We need to remember our veterans. We need to remember why they fought for our country. Sometimes wars suck. I mean, wars stink. I get it. I wish we didn't have war. I wish we all lived in peaceful times. But this is a fallen nation. Not a fallen nation, but this is a fallen world because of sin. And we're living in a sin-cursed world, and because of that, we're going to have wars. We're going to have fights. We're going to have people killing one another. But that means we need to work out. We need to spread the gospel. We need to tell them that there's hope still. There's still hope. And that hope is not in a man called Donald Trump. That hope is not in a man called Joe Biden. That hope is in the Lord Jesus Christ. And as long as he's still on the throne, he's in control. The world can be as crazy as it can be, but he is still on the throne. And we We need to remember our veterans. We just celebrated the 4th of July. Now many Americans don't even want to celebrate that anymore because they were told not to. Wake up, America. You have a mind of your own. Use it. Don't let the people who fought and waved these flags during the American Revolutionary War, they had a mind on their own. They said, screw you, England. We have a mind of our own. We don't need someone to think for us. That's where America needs to go. America needs to go back to that. Stop thinking for me. Stop saying what I should be thinking and what I need to be thinking. Just let me be. Small government, let me be. And for that, I end here. Good night.